leg side taken by Smith. There's no run. So you reckon we've had 4 in 15 overs? I mean, obviously, if one of those goes down, the entire sequence of events thereafter changes. So, you know, might have resulted in more opportunities. But also, it wouldn't have resulted in the sequence of events that we saw. So we can clear that up. Atkinson's in his 5th over. He swapped ends. He was at the Pavilion end. He's now at the Vauxhall end. Stuttering approach. He's in. This is defended on the crease by Sudarshan. There's no run as he plays it back to the bowler. Alistair Cook's taking a break. Deep Dasgupta is going to join us. And you know, India haven't had the rub of the green necessarily. They've lost 5 tosses, and it was a bad toss to lose yesterday, but certainly being given opportunities here by England. Deep.
True, both of them living a charmed life. 2 for Yashasvi, 1 for Sai Sudarshan.
And a missed run out. Atkinson in. Sudarshan just pushes into the offside. Back of a length ball, goes to point. No run. Jaiswal 45 from 41. Played some lovely shots. That uppercut for 6, but he's also played quite loosely. It's almost as if, I mean, I'm sure Ben Duckett might say this, taking a leaf out of England's opener's book.
Now, he can be in that kind of mind frame at times when he's looking to score runs, which he is in this innings. Yashasvi Jaiswal is playing many shots in this innings.
Atkinson in to complete the over. Sudarshan just defends again. Ball is not too threatening, just outside off stump. Picked up by Bethel, end of the over. 64 for 1, the lead 41, Jaiswal 45, Sudarshan 11.
But the English bowlers have bowled really well, especially that Josh Tongue spell.
Wasn't it
7?
marvellous?
Oh, what a spell. That was like a proper new ball spell. A 7-over spell. He actually was a tad bit unfortunate, that spell. Got only 1 wicket, should have got more.
Does it make you think that he's the sort of bowler who actually does need overs in his legs? There are some that don't. You know, Atkinson's barely bowled, and in the first innings took 5 for, maybe a little bit leggy now on the second day, whereas Tongue looked all over the place yesterday, and today, I mean, that was one of the best spells we've seen all series.
Absolutely, yes. And one of those spells that as a batter you want to just see it off. You just want that spell to end as soon as possible.
Right, Overton is going to continue into Jaiswal, 2 slips and a gully, lets it go by through to Smith, waist height.
The spell was 1 for 25. There's a drop catch in there. The CricViz data has 7 plays and misses and 9 edges.
Oof.
In those 7 overs.
16 out of 42 balls and no wides. Well, I say that because he bowled how many wides in his first over?
11. His first over was 11 runs, 3 deliveries, 2 of which went to the boundary, so cost 5, which is the most runs conceded in wides in a single over of Test cricket.
Lovely. Overton turns, runs in now from the Pavilion end. Jaiswal drives handsomely but can't beat Duckett, who's in the cover region now, just in front of square.
Talking about Yashasvi's mindset, you can see that in his body language. If you compare it to the first innings, it's this sense of urgency, the way he's walking around, bigger strides when he's walking.
But he's getting a stride in when he bats as well, isn't he? When you think about that first innings dismissal, sort of stuck on the crease, hesitant perhaps. Overton into him again. Bouncer, uppercut, and 6, I think. I think it is 6. Well, Joe Root thinks it's 6. Kumar Dharmasena agrees. And he's got it basically over first slip, and he's gone to his 50 with an uppercut 6. Uppercut, a ramp, really. He just let the ball come to him and guided it over first slip. It was about a yard over the boundary, if that. That is his 18th score above 50.
Yeah,
Test cricket.
and against England, apart from that Lord's Test, he's got at least a 50 in every Test match that he's played against England. So there you go. Missed out on the first innings, second innings gets a 50.
Overton into him again. He drives. It came down the wicket and it's picked up by Overton, who throws back at the stumps. Misses Jaiswal home anyway.
Yeah, but he's got to make it count. 2 drop catches. He's batting on 50. And he's set now. He's looking good. He's looking attacking. He's being proactive. But he's also, at times, just gives me the feeling he's not calm inside. He needs to just calm down, settle down a little bit.
You can check that out on the BBC website now, where we have clips of highlights as they happen. Overton is in. That's all. Again, the advances. It goes through to the keeper, no run. And today at the Test, is on right now. That is the miracle of television. The channel that it's on is BBC Two. But, of course, you can also get it on iPlayer on demand. If you're listening to us and you want to go back and find the highlights. So you could tune in at 7:32 and wonder how on earth it all happened this way. $70 for one. One ball left in the 17th over. Overton is in. Oh, lows that go at the very last minute. Hands to heads. End of the over. 70 for one, the lead 47. Jaiswal 51 from just 47 balls. Siddharthan 11 off 27. A rapid 50. A couple of sixes in there.
Yeah, brought up his 50 with his second 6-7 fours also in his first 50 runs, 44 balls. As you mentioned, his 18th Test 55 centuries amongst those against England. 9 50-plus scores in 10 tests, 3 centuries amongst those, including one in the first Test of this series. But he struggled in second innings this series so far. Scores of 4, 28, 0 and 0 before this one dropped, as I mentioned earlier on both on 20 by Brook at second slip and 40 by Dawson at long leg.
So Atkinson's going to continue. Siddharthan on strike on 11. 3 slips and a gully. On the Vauxhall end, Atkinson is in. And Siddharthan was beaten on the outside edge. A beautiful ball from Atkinson. Just left him a trifle. Speed down a little bit for Atkinson in this spell so far, it looks like. That was 81 miles an hour. It was a bit quicker yesterday and I think this morning. But that has left Siddharthan nicely off the pitch.
Yeah, around the wicket, the angle, and then straightening after pitching. It's looking a little tentative, Sai Sudarshan.
Well, suspicious of the pitch and the bowling as Atkinson is in turn once again. Oh, struck on the pad, he loves this. Up goes the finger. And Siddharthan was on the floor. It hit him low and it knocked him over. He's now going to come and have a quick chat with Jaiswal. It was a celeb appeal from Atkinson. He was convinced it's out. Jaiswal's not being very encouraging. The time is down to 3-2. They've gone for it. Height will not be an issue. Is it going down? Has Atkinson made the breakthrough? Well, they've
TV
gone
umpire
upstairs.
to director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. I've checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please?
I don't think there's going to be bat here because he didn't go up straight away.
And the only thing that can save Sai Sudarshan if it has done a little too much.
Oh no, that looks as out.
It appears there's no bat. We'll confirm that with Ultra Edge. Ultra Edge coming up. Yep, clear gap between bat and ball.
Interestingly, it's
And
under
it goes
his
on to hit
bat.
the pad.
That's
So we
kept,
can go to ball tracking when it's ready.
that's kept lower
Ball
than he
tracking
thought.
coming up.
Oof.
Impact in line and hitting the wickets. Hassan, stay with your original decision of out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now, signal now.
Well, he's got another one right. Hassan Raza and England have picked up their second wicket. It's been a little while coming. Now, Sai Siddharthan is speaking with Ben Duckett. Harry Brooks getting in the way. There's been a bit of bad blood been going on today. Ben Duckett was the man who received a farewell from Akash Deep when he was out. And Sai Siddharthan has just hung around there to have some words with Ben Duckett. But aside from what that was all about, this is a ball that's kept lower than he thought. It's gone under his bat and hit his knee roll, bang in front of middle stump. Atkinson didn't even bother turning around to look. He knew he'd got his man. And I think so did Sai Siddharthan, to be honest. But he was convinced into a referral. India lose their second, and unless a night watcher comes out to bat, it's going to be, oh no, hang on, that does not look like Shubman Gill. That is Akash Deep.
Yeah, that's right. The Lord's Test again. And the Lord's Test, it was half an hour. We're talking about 18 minutes now. Yeah, that did keep low. I mean, he generally is not someone who would come onto the front foot, back of length deliveries. He plays it from the crease. He was walking out, then Yeah, then someone said something. Either it's
I think
Harry.
Duckett. I think Duckett said something.
Yeah, maybe it's Duckett who said something. Then he came back then.
And Pope's come to put his arm round Duckett and say, no, let's not bother with this. But Duckett, don't forget, when Duckett was out, Akash Deep came to say a few words to him. And that's been festering, possibly, for some time. I mean, it's all nonsense, but it adds to the spice.
Yeah, adds to the theatre. Why not? As long as
Yes.
it's done within the boundaries. Don't cross those boundaries, it's fine.
So Akash Deep has come out tonight. Watch with 3 slips, a gully point. Atkinson in, and the crowd roaring him on. And clips his first ball in the air, out over mid-wicket. Fielder on after. It's not going to get there. It's going to be 4. Well, it's quite the shot. Timed it beautifully, but it was in the air. It could have gone to a fielder.
Yeah, Akash Deep, I really don't mind him playing a few shots because he's better off that way rather than defending. This one played it very early. I actually had no clue where that ball went. And he wanted to play square leg. It went over mid-wicket.
Yeah, I mean, that's gone nowhere near where he's expecting, but he timed it beautifully. 74 for 2, the lead up over 50 now. Atkinson into Akash. Gets one on the pads, he tickles it fine. I think it's off pad. Fielder should get round. Does. Dawson. And they'll get a single. Dawson out there, of course, for Chris Wokes.
Interesting that Lord's Test match, it was Shubman who was, I think, batting along with Akash Deep. No, sorry, it wasn't that. It was at Old Trafford. And actually, Shubman was protecting Akash Deep.
Which doesn't make sense, does it?
It actually, to a certain extent, does. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, his job is to protect both the batters who's supposed to come in and the next batter and who's there. Then, yeah.
Round the wicket comes Atkinson into Jaiswal. How they'd love to get him tonight. And he lets one go by. Outside the off stump, no run. The 6th wicket in the match for Atkinson. And he's come back after injury. This game deliciously poised with 15 minutes to go tonight. England's bowlers hunting for another wicket. You see that ball again. It really has kept much lower than you'd expect from that length.
That is true. But something that Sai needs to figure out, Sai Sudarshan, he's generally a free-flowing batter. He loves playing his shots.
Atkinson in to complete the over. Jaiswal struck on the pad, goes into the onside. Going down leg stump, no run. So, Akash Deep will be on strike on 4. 75 for 2, but 18 overs. It's been a pulsating day. Aggers has spotted something. What's Aggers spotting? There's a light meter out there. There's a Megatron out there.
4 of them. Now, it has gone dark. You can actually see the shadows.
It's weird because the overheads are blue, but I think behind us where the sun is setting, it is a bit grey.
I think Dharmesh Sena is having a chat with Ollie Pope and asking no seamers if they want to continue. The spinners can come on.
Oh, they're coming off.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to agree to that.
Right, so that's going to be, well, he hasn't. Ollie Pope said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to give you any spin. And why would he? So that will presumably be the close of play. And now they'll take the light meter reading, and that will be the light that we use for the rest of the game. Now, it's happened very suddenly. It's because clouds have come in behind the JM Bin stand at the Vauxhall end, obscuring the sun. You can see the shadows of the floodlights, but we finished today at 7:15. What an incredible day's cricket we have had. We've had, well, I'm not quite sure they needed a night watcher after all in that case. Deep, some thoughts from you, and then I'm going to hand over to Jonathan Agley.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a superb day of cricket. I mean, if you think about it, brilliant bowling, batting, entertaining batting. When Ben Duckett was out there with Zach Crawley, that partnership, predominantly it's been the bowlers who've dominated day 2 as well. But yeah, I mean, first they posed the 4 wickets from the English bowlers. They bowled beautifully. Then obviously the partnership and the Indian bowlers coming back. It's nicely poised, isn't it, Aggers, this test match?
It certainly is. What a day. Fractious tempers have had all sorts, everything thrown in today. India losing their last 4 wickets for 20, 224 all out, and then England losing 6 for 106 in the afternoon session, and then India 2 wickets, but those 2 drop catches as well, reaching 75 for 2, so a lead of 52 to the close of play of only the second day, and with a very nice forecast due tomorrow. Then the game is moving on. The pitch is still nibbling around a bit. We talked about the little bit of the temper out there as well, which has been a little niggle. This series has been played at a sort of a fairly high octane level, and there were a couple of send-offs today, which well, quite unusual, to be honest, especially the one that involved an arm being draped around Ben Duckett as he was seen off. But anyway, all that we should talk about in the course of the next 25 minutes or so. Deep Dasgupta's here. Michael Vaughan is here. Well, Michael, I asked you yesterday where your money was as far as this game's concerned. But how do you see things at this very moment? Lead of 52, 8 wickets left.
Well, I'd rather be India, with the fact that England obviously don't have Chris Woakes, and tomorrow I believe the sun's going to shine, so you would think that this pitch will quieten down a little bit. If it stays like this, it's going to be a great game, because it's had pretty much movement throughout, and the standout partnership of Ben Duckett and Zach Crawley looked like it exploded England ahead of India, and then all of a sudden in the afternoon India remembered to bowl at the stumps. They bowled a bit fuller, and they made it a little bit more difficult. I thought the captaincy from Shubman Gill in the afternoon was outstanding, because he brought the field in, and he said to the England players, "Go on, if you're going to play good shots, you'll get rewarded, but if you don't, there's a chance that we'll take 1 or 2 wickets." There was a couple of really good deliveries from Siraj to get rid of. Ollie Pope, who was playing nicely, Joe Root, who was playing the Joe Root way. So there are 2 really big moments in the afternoon session. And then on a pitch like this, when the Baz ballers arrived today, didn't they? They came back Baz balling, and I get it on this kind of surface. I don't mind them being a bit expansive when the ball's doing plenty, but by doing so, you make 1 or 2 mistakes. And the big drive from Jamie Smith, and 2 players that have just not played any cricket in Jacob Bethel and Jamie Overton. No surprise that they looked a little bit vulnerable.